Hello, vinyl community. Thank you so much for tuning into Mike's Vinyl Experience today. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for being here today. I am so excited to share with you my thoughts and review and a short comparison of this new album out from Craft Recordings as part of their original Jazz Classics series, the Bill Evans Trio Sunday at the Village Vanguard. What a wonderful album this is. I'm very familiar with this album. I've had it on CD for many, many years. More recently, about, maybe 6 years ago, I guess, I picked up the One Step Mobile Fidelity version that they did. And I do have, as well, a couple of DSD 64 and I believe 128 versions of this album as well. So I'm very familiar with it. It's an excellent sounding, wonderful album. It was recorded in New York at the Village Vanguard on June 25th, 1961. The trio at the time was doing a session there for a few days, and on the last day of their scheduled performance, they recorded this album. The trio at the time of this recording, June 25th, 1961, live at the Village Vanguard, consisted of course, Bill Evans on piano, and Scott LaFaro on bass, and Paul Motion on drums. Now, shortly after this recording was done, about 10 days to be exact, Scott LaFaro was killed in a car accident. Now, this was a major blow to the Bill Evans trio, and in particular to Bill Evans. As a result, the tracks on this album were selected by Bill Evans and his producer to reflect Scott's masterful bass performance. That is why the album title includes featuring Scott LaFaro. As you can see, well, let me show you on this one. Bill Evans Trio, Sunday at the Village Vanguard, featuring Scott LaFaro. About a year after this album was released, they released another album called Waltz for Debbie, which included more songs from this recording session. And it is a wonderful album too. I've got a couple versions of it, the original Jazz Classics version, as well as another one that I have back here on the wall. And of course, it's a wonderful sounding album as well. In 1984, they released another album which was called More from the Vanguard. Bill Evans Trio, More from the Vanguard, was released in 1984, which is another good collection of songs, tracks, if you will, that was released and recorded at the same time. So, as indicated, this record was produced and recorded very well right from the start in 1961 when it was recorded. So it's no surprise that this new release from Craft Recordings, Original Jazz Classics series, is no different. It is incredibly wonderful. Kevin Gray cut the album and mastered it at Coherent Audio. So you know that the sound quality is going to be excellent, and it is. It is absolutely first notch. On the first track, Glorious Step, you can hear Scott's bass. It is full-bodied, very well detailed. You can actually hear and really feel his fingers plunking on the strings. It is that detailed. It is a wonderful, wonderful sounding cut. His bass line in that is remarkable. Of course, Bill's piano is clear, very, very vivid. The sound quality, the resonance of the piano is excellent and first rate in Glorious Step. It's a wonderful, wonderful cut. On the next track, which is called My Man's Gone, at the very beginning, maybe the first minute, minute and a half to 2 minutes, you can hear the crowd in the background. With vivid detail, you can hear glasses clanking together, touching. You can hear people talking. The definition of it is incredible. This recording that they have done, this Craft recording, brings a new level of detail to that. It's incredible. It's awesome to hear. It's just a wonderful recording. Actually, at the beginning as well, Scott LaFaro's bass line is deep and vivid and authoritative. The very opening of this track is incredible. You've just got to hear it. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album, but just to hear that crowd in the background is indicated. It's a live recording with an audience or a group of people in the background at the club, the jazz club. What an incredible opening to this track. It's incredible. You got to hear it. My Man's Gone. It sounds wonderful on this album. And like I say, his bass line in the album is just so well defined. It has depth, weight, definition. It's wonderful. It's a great track that identifies what is going on in the club. It is so cool, and this recording is so well done. You can hear all the vivid detail. You got to listen to this. The next track on the album is called Solar. It's written by Miles Davis. This is probably my favorite track of the album, and the track that I used to do my critical listening as I compared this album to the Mobile Fidelity One Step. Bill Evans's piano on this track has such great definition. His piano has proper resonance and decay as he is striking the keys. Scott LaFaro's bass, he has a bass solo in this track that is really done well. This is the one where you can actually hear, as he's playing the bass, you can actually hear him plunking the strings, and you can hear his hand and fingers as they slide up and down the bass. Such incredible definition and weight. Actually, as Scott's bass solo nears its end on this track, Paul comes in with drums that are just incredibly dynamic, with incredible weight to them and definition. Sound quality on this track, as well as the entire album for that matter, but this track in particular has such great dynamics, and the sound is incredible. The rest of the tracks on side B are equally as wonderfully recorded and equally as wonderfully sounding as they are on side A of the album. This is a wonderful, wonderful rendition of a very classic jazz album. My hat's off to Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, the folks at Craft Recording. They've done a phenomenal job with this. It sounds really, really nice. Considering, once again, 1961, the sound quality is nothing short of amazing to me. So what a great, great sounding album. So how does it sound in comparison to the Mobile Fidelity One Step? Now, the Mobile Fidelity One Step was done 6 years ago, I believe, and unlike some of the other Mobile Fidelity One Steps, this does not have the DSD digital step in it. This was taken from the original master tapes straight to their analog lathe system that they use for their one-step process. And to be honest with you, it shows. There's on the one step, there's just more openness, more depth. There's definitely more weight to the instruments. The 3D holographic effect, if that's a proper word to use, holographic, I guess maybe, effect. Remember on track 2, My Man's Gone, that track in particular, the Mobile Fidelity One Step just has a three-dimensional appearance that is just greater than it is on the Craft recording. Are these differences major? Absolutely not. They're actually really minor, if you want to know the truth. Are they noticeable? Absolutely. They are very noticeable. On particular systems, it could be more noticeable. On other systems, it could be negligible. It's hard to say. But on my system, the One Step does sound better. Having said that, for $38, $40 delivered, whatever it might be if you've got to get it through the mail, this is hard to beat. Considering this album, when released 6 years ago, was $100. If it was still in circulation and I had to buy it again, compare it to this one for $100, I'd definitely buy it again. I would definitely. But this album, currently, the Mobile Fidelity One Step, I believe, is north of $500 from everything that I have seen. to purchase it. I wouldn't worry about tracking one down for that kind of money when this album is available. This is phenomenally well done, well recorded, and is an excellent version, as indicated, of this classic album. Highly, highly recommended. Thank you again for watching today. I appreciate it so very much. And as always, please leave comments in the comment section below. If you have this current craft recordings of Bill Evans' Sunday at the Village Vanguard or the Mobile Fidelity or any other versions, I'd love to hear from you and let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you so much for commenting on these videos. And if you would like, please go ahead and subscribe. And as indicated, I do have a video coming up relatively quickly. I'll be comparing the new Foreigner released by Analoge Productions as part of the Atlantic 75 to my original Foreigner release, and as well as a Mobile Fidelity copy that I have as well. That will be coming up right shortly. So please go ahead and subscribe. And most importantly to me, please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you so much for being here today. Until the next time, take care. Thank you.